Good morning all of you. Can you hear me? Alright. Today we will see stoichiometry and stoichiometry calculations. From balanced chemical equation, when you look at a balanced chemical equation, you can come to know the number of particles which are colliding to make chemical reaction and the number of moles which are colliding to form chemical reaction, to make chemical reaction, and the weight also we can come to know from the balanced chemical equation. So balanced chemical equation gives all the ideas of a chemical reaction. Let's see how these calculations are going. For that, balanced chemical equation is a must. I am going to write a chemical equation. Let's first balance that and then we will proceed. CH4 gas plus O2 gas gives CO2 gas plus H2O gas. First we have to balance this. For balancing, here you can see H4. Here you can see H4. That means here there should be 2 H2O. So I am going to write 2 H2O over there. Now let's see whether carbon is balanced or not. Whether this carbon is balanced. Yes, 1 carbon, 1 carbon. Alright, oxygen. Hydrogen is already balanced. We have balanced hydrogen. Now what about oxygen? Oxygen, here 2 oxygens and here 2 plus this 2. 2 plus 2, that is 4. Audio switch off, somebody's audio is on. Switch off your audio. Alright, thank you. So here 2 oxygens and here 2 oxygens. So altogether 4 oxygens are here. But here you see only 2 oxygen. So what you have to do? You have to put 2 here. So 2 into 2, 4. So we have balanced this equation. Once again you check whether all atoms are balanced or not. Now here 1 carbon, 1 carbon. 4 hydrogens. So here 4 hydrogens. 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. 2 into 2, 4 oxygens. And here 2 plus this 2. This 2 is common for all. So this 2 is for this oxygen also. So we have all the atoms balanced. All the atoms balanced. Now let's see what all informations this balanced chemical equation we get. What all informations this balanced chemical equation provide for you. Let's see first. This is in gaseous state. This is in gaseous state. This is gaseous state. This is gaseous state. Means methane gas, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas and steam. This is water vapor in the gaseous state. What all informations this balanced equation can provide you, can supply you. First is that the phase of different, a state of different reagents present in this. Methane gas, gaseous state. So all are in gaseous state. If it is liquid, then we will write liquid over there. If it is solid, you can write S over there. Alright. Now let's see the first information. The first information is that 1 molecule of CH4, 1 molecule of methane can combine with 2 molecules of oxygen to form 1 molecule of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of water vapor. So now we are talking in terms of molecules. How many molecules are taking part in this chemical reaction and how many product molecules are obtained? Now for us it's not easy to take molecules. So what we do, we talk in terms of moles so that you can take a particular weight. So second information, for this what I am going to do, I am multiplying all these molecules by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So here also into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, I am multiplying. Everywhere I am multiplying by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So here one molecule now has become 1 mole. Here it is 2 moles due to this 2. And here 1 mole. And here 2 moles. 2 moles. That means 1 mole of methane can combine with 2 moles of oxygen and 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water vapor will be produced. So first I talked in terms of molecules, then moles. Number 3. Now look at this mole. 1 mole of CH4, that weighs how much? That is 16 gram. 1 mole weighs 16 gram. So now I am converting that mole into grams. 16 grams. 16 grams of CH4. And what about 2 moles of oxygen? 2 moles of oxygen means 1 mole of oxygen, we know 32 grams per mole. So 2 moles means 64 grams per mole. 64 grams. And what all things we will be getting? 1 mole of CO2, that means 44 grams of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water, that is 36 grams of water vapor or steam. Now according to the law of conservation of mass, total mass of the reactants is equal to total mass of the products. When you add, you will be getting the same on the left hand side and right hand side. Alright. Now one more information we can get, that is in terms of can you hear me? In between the connection went off. Alright. So we were dealing with CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O, all are in the gaseous state. In gaseous state means you can talk in terms of the volume also. At STP, I am taking at STP so that the temperature and pressure are fixed. Temperature and pressure are fixed. So I can talk about the volumes of these things. 1 mole of CH4, this 1 mole of CH4, volume will be 22.414 liters. 2 volumes of oxygen, that is 2 into 22.414 liters. 1 volume of CO2 at STP, 1 mole of CO2, that is 22.414 liters, and 2 moles of water, that is 44.8 liters, that is twice 22.4. So once again you look at these things, 1 mole of CH4, 1 mole of CH4, 1 mole of any gas at STP accounts for this much volume. So 1 mole of CH4, 22.414 liters. 2 moles of oxygen, that is 2 into 22.414 liters. Here again 1 mole of CO2, 1 mole of any gas at STP, 22.414 liters, and 2 moles of water, that is 44.8 liters. Now using these informations you can do the calculations. So now we are moving to the calculations based on stoichiometry. Those are stoichiometric calculations. For stoichiometric calculations, once again I am going for the weight and number. 1, 2. Number, in terms of number, 1 molecule. 1 molecule, 2 molecules. These molecules we don't use because it is very difficult to handle the number of molecules. Coming to the moles, 1 mole. 1 mole can combine with 2 moles of oxygen, which will give, when 1 mole of methane, CH4 combined with 2 moles of oxygen, we will be getting 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water vapor. Weights are more important for us here. 1 mole of CH4 weight is 16 grams. Here 64 grams means 16 grams of methane can combine with 64 grams of oxygen to form how much carbon dioxide? How much carbon dioxide, Supriya? How much carbon dioxide? Anybody can say how much carbon dioxide? Yes, 44. Yes, 44 grams of carbon dioxide, and twice water means 36 grams. 36 grams of water. So look at this thing. That is 16 grams of methane can combine with 64 grams of oxygen. 16 grams of methane will combine with 64 grams of oxygen. 16 grams of methane should combine with 64 grams of oxygen. This is the relation to form this thing and this thing. Now let's solve one numerical. So for this is the relation. For any reaction, the relation goes like this only. So you write one question. How many moles of methane are required? How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams CO2 after combustion? How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams of carbon dioxide after combustion? Look at this equation. This is a combustion reaction. In class 10th you learned what is combustion reaction. Any hydrocarbon burns in oxygen. That is what is called combustion, to produce carbon dioxide and water. So this is the reaction that is asked in the question. How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams of carbon dioxide? Look at this number. They are talking about carbon dioxide. See, here it is 44 grams of carbon dioxide. 44 grams of carbon dioxide is given by how many moles of methane? Let's first see methane, that is 16 grams. To produce 44, this is the relation, to produce 44 grams of carbon dioxide, 16 grams of methane are required, but the question is only 22. The question is 22 grams, means how much methane is required? For 44, 16 required. So for 22, just half of this required. How much gram? Anybody? 8 grams. By unitary method, whatever may be the number, by unitary method you can calculate. 8 grams. But 8 grams, the question is not in terms of grams. The question is in terms of moles. So, you know that 1 mole is 16 grams. 16 grams means 1 mole. So, 8 grams means how many moles? Again unitary method. 16 grams means, yes, half mole. So, the answer is half mole, that is 0.5 moles. In this way, by unitary method, you can go for the calculations. Once again, you have to write the balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation will give you many informations. What all information? In terms of volume, if all the reactants and products are in gaseous state, or in terms of molecules, or in terms of moles, or in terms of weights. You can convert this weight into moles and moles into weight, that we have already learnt. In this particular question, once again I am reading the question. How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams of carbon dioxide after combustion? So first of all, you have to write a balanced chemical equation, and you can write what all informations, these 4 informations you can write, no problem. But here the question is between weight and moles. They said 22 grams, of carbon dioxide. But we know about 44 grams from the balanced chemical equation. We know 44 grams. 44 grams of carbon dioxide is produced by how much methane? Question is in terms of methane. That's why I'm talking in terms of methane. If the question is in terms of oxygen, I would have talked in terms of oxygen. But here the question is asked in terms of methane, so I'm talking about methane. So according to this balanced statement, balanced chemical equation, what is a statement? Balanced statement is 44 grams of carbon dioxide is given by how much methane? How much methane? That is 16 grams. This 16 grams, that is 1 mole. But the question is only for 22 grams. For 22 grams, the amount of methane is only the half of that. That is 8 grams. 8 grams means not 1 mole, half mole. So by unitary method, you can do the calculations. Okay, write the next question. Question: calculate the amount of water produced by combustion of 16 gram of methane. Same thing, I am teaching you on the same equation. Calculate the amount of water produced by the combustion of 16 gram of methane. Now you know what is the equation. Equation is combustion of methane, that is CH4 plus, combustion means burning in oxygen. It is not mentioned that this is to be burned in oxygen, but you know what is combustion reaction, the basic things you know. Combustion means burning in oxygen. On burning or on combustion, you know carbon dioxide, because this is hydrocarbon, any hydrocarbon on combustion gives carbon dioxide and water. These are the basic things what you learned in class 10th. Now to balance this, we know how to balance this thing. We have already balanced, that is 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. 2H2O. Now the question is in terms of weight, grams. 16 grams of methane. Of course here 16 gram. You put all the weights. All the weights. This is 64 grams. This is 44 grams. This one is 36 grams. So question is direct. Question is direct. 16 grams. Calculate the amount of water. Calculate the amount of water produced by the combustion of 16 grams of methane. Who will give me the answer? Correct. 36 grams. It is direct question. So 16 grams will take whatever amount of oxygen required. It means 64 grams oxygen supply is enough. It is understood from the question that enough, how much oxygen is required, that much oxygen it will be taking for the reaction. So 16 grams will take enough amount of oxygen. You don't have to worry about this oxygen amount because it is enough supply is there. For the reaction of this 16 grams of methane, how much is required, that much is provided. No need of getting worried about the amount of oxygen, whether the amount of oxygen that is enough or not. It is enough. So 16 gram, if it undergoes combustion, how much water will be formed? 36 grams of water will be formed. Alright. So the answer is 36 grams. Next question. Question. 1 liter of oxygen. 1 liter of oxygen at STP, that means talking in terms of volume. 1 liter of oxygen, liter means volume, at STP is made to react with 3 liters of CO. 3 liters of CO at STP. Calculate the weight of CO2 formed. Calculate the weight of CO2 formed. CO2 formed after the reaction. After the reaction. Now you have to construct a balanced chemical equation. Let's write the equation first. 1 liter of oxygen, that is O2. Oxygen means O2. Is made to react with 3 liters of carbon monoxide, CO. 3 liters of CO to produce what it is given. Calculate the weight of CO2, that means CO2 is produced. This is the equation. First of all, you balance it. For balancing, here 2 oxygens, here 1 oxygen, here 2 oxygen. If you write this number 2 over here accordingly, you can, this is altogether, left hand side altogether 3, right hand side 2. So what we do? Make it into the even number, the next even number, and check by trial and error method. So here I am putting 2, so that here 2 carbons and 4 oxygens. And if I put a 2 over here, the things are okay. That is 2 carbons and altogether 4 oxygens. So equation is balanced. Now look at this balanced equation. Once you look at this balanced equation, you can talk about those 4 informations. What are the four informations? And which information is required here? Here it is in terms of volume. So I am writing, this is at STP. I can write in terms of volume, that is here 1 mole, that is 22.414 liters. 22.414 liters, twice into 22.414 liters. Here twice into 22.414 liters. So I have written all in terms of liters. But what they have given, 1 liter. 1 liter of oxygen at STP is made to react with 3 liters of CO. Calculate the weight of CO2 formed. Now you see, 1 liter and 3 liter they have given. But according to the balanced equation, 1 liter requires, see this 1 liter requires only 2 liters. 1 liter of oxygen can react only with 2 liters of CO. That means what they have given is extra. They have given extra amount of carbon monoxide, that is 3 liters. From this 3 liters, this 1 liter of oxygen will take only 2 liters. That means 1 liter of CO remains left unused. So according to the balanced equation, 1 liter, see 22.414 liters requires twice of that. That means 1 liter requires only twice of that. That means 2 liters. 1 liter requires only 2 liters of CO. That means what they have given, 3 liters, from that only 2 liters will be taken, means 1 liter of CO will be left unused. So 1 liter of oxygen requires 2 liters. That means how much carbon dioxide will be formed? Anybody can say? Anyone? According to the balanced equation, when 2 liters of CO is used, you can say 2 liters of CO2 will be formed. Now 2 liters of CO2 will be formed. See, they had given 3 liters, but only 2 liters of CO will be used according to the balanced chemical equation. So when 2 liters of CO is used up, 2 liters of carbon dioxide will be formed. Now 2 liters of carbon dioxide, what is the weight of 2 liters of carbon dioxide at STP? 2 liters of carbon dioxide, you have to convert this 2 liters of carbon dioxide into weight. And we know that, one statement we know, 22.4 liters of carbon dioxide at STP weigh how much? 1 mole, that is 44 grams. So all of you write down. Now convert 2 liters CO2 into weight. Now convert 2 liters of carbon dioxide into weight. Means we have to convert this much into weight. And we know that, what we know? We know that 22.414 liters of carbon dioxide at STP weigh how much? 44 grams, means 1 mole. Therefore 2 liters of carbon dioxide at STP, they have given that STP in the question. STP by unitary method, that is 44 divided by 22.4 into 2, which is equal to 3.9 grams. This much weight. So you have converted this 2 liters of carbon dioxide, into weight. So at STP we know that if this much volume is there, 44 grams is the weight of carbon dioxide. Now let's let me talk one thing, that is, here 3 liters means extra amount of carbon dioxide is given, but only 2 liters are utilized. So extra one, you leave it there. What is the less amount here? That is oxygen. Now, about the less amount oxygen we will be learning in the next class, that is limiting reagent. Okay, that limits the reaction. The reaction is not going according to the amount of that 3 liters of CO. The reaction is not going because only from that 2 liters are utilized. But the reaction is going according to which reagent's weight? That is oxygen, not that of CO. So here oxygen limits the amount of the product. Oxygen limits the amount of the product. That means oxygen is the limiting reagent. The compound which is less in quantity, or the reagent which is less in quantity, that is the limiting reagent. For limiting reagent, you take, for example, 12 pieces of bread and 7 cheese sheets. How many sandwiches you can make out of this? 12 pieces of bread and 7 cheese sheets. How many sandwiches you can make out of this? Anyone? Pieces of bread. So for one sandwich, 2 breads are required. So you can make 6 sandwiches. Which is more in quantity here, which is less in quantity here? Bread pieces or cheese sheets? Which is remaining unused? Which is remaining unused? Which is less in quantity here? Bread pieces are less in quantity, right? Only 12 are there. But here 7. 1 cheese sheet is extra. So in chemistry, this relation you have to keep in mind. Don't look at the number. 12 bread pieces are less now for these 7 cheese sheets. For 7 cheese sheets, there should have been 14 bread pieces. So here it is less in quantity. So here, which is the limiting reagent? Limiting reagent is bread. Why? Because it is less in quantity. You will be getting only 6 sandwiches. So don't look at the number, look at the product, how much product can be made. Accordingly, you decide the limiting reagent. Here 12, don't look at the number. Looking at the number, 1 is 12, 1 is 7. But here, all the 12 bread pieces will be used up, but 1 cheese sheet will be remaining. That means cheese sheet is extra. Which is less in quantity now? Bread. That means bread is the limiting reagent. Okay, thank you.